Hi Janice, it's Thursday, October 27th. I don't know if tonight was trick or treat, but if it was, we were not home because we went out to eat and we bought candy for trick or treat, so I don't know how that's really gonna work. But I saw a whole bunch of kids at the clubhouse in costumes because this was the costume party night, so I don't know what's going on, but we have a lot of Halloween candy. We have not eaten any of it yet. And yes, I am in a house robe. It looks kind of like a bathrobe, but it's not. It's a really plush house robe, and it's because I was cold when we got home because it's like 57 degrees outside and windy, and I was in a skirt, so I put on a robe, and I'm nice and comfy, and I'm not taking it off. As far as your paper problem that Mom wanted us to pipe our ears for, Nick's suggestion is to write your paper as is on your computer in Word Doc 2003 or whatever, and then upload it onto Google Docs and try to save it on Google Docs as a Word document. And then from there, you can try opening it up in the school's version of 2010 and see if that works. It should. You can probably also just print it directly off of Google Documents from their computers and not have to worry about it, and it shouldn't change your formatting. If that seems like too much work for you, you can also do my method, which is to save your documents in a rich text, rich format text, whatever, an RFT or whatever. I used to have to do that when I had a whole bunch of professors who had Macs and refused to use the, there's a program that can open Word docs on Macs, but I had a few teachers who were complete a-holes and refused to use that program. And so if you were inferior enough to own a PC, and yes, I used bunny ears because I think that would be a load of crap, then you had to write it in a rich text format in order to get it to them and then be able to look at it. If you do that, you should be able to open it in any version of Word. However, it will change the formatting slightly from version to version, so be prepared to have to re-edit your crap so it looks right. But that's not really that big of a deal, and it's a lot better than having to rewrite your paper or something. So those are a couple options. You could also try like emailing it to yourself, like writing it and then emailing it to yourself, and then you can try printing it out of your email or try, opening it up, something else. But there are a couple different ways you can do it. You just have to experiment, see what you like, go with it. Shame on you for letting the dogs get in the stuff. Darn you, silly butt, being lazy and not coming out of your room. I've totally done it myself. And no, I don't like scary movies. I don't know whatever would give you the idea that I would ever like scary movies. As my sister, as long as we have lived together, I would have thought that by now you would realize that I hate scary movies. So no, I'm not going to go see Paranormal 3. I don't care if it is the #1 grossing movie of all times that wins Buku Academy Awards and I'm not seeing it, because if it's meant to scare the crap out of me, I'm not watching it. I even think that the Paranormal series was pioneering in the beginning. Like, the first one was a big pioneering event until the very end, which I hear was just basically one of those stupid emails that at the end. But, aside from that, I heard it was a really good original idea. That, in my opinion, as I've seen the movies progress and the different trailers for them, has just kind of taken a crap, but that's my opinion. I also don't watch them because I don't feel like being scared, so it's kind of a biased opinion from somebody who's never watched them, so take that for what it's worth. I will not watch scary movies, and I thought you knew that. So yeah, so something exciting happened today. See, as you know, I've been crafting a lot. I've been making something like this out of yellow. This is not my pattern, this is somebody else's. It's super pretty, and it's going to be big, and it's going to be fun. And I made those mitts, which I will have to get yarn for yours, but it will happen. And I've been making the other stuff. Some of them have been my pattern, some of them have not. Well, I blog about them, both on Tumblr and on Blogger. Actually, I've been slacking on Blogger, and this is the first time I've truly talked about them in a while. But that's aside the point. With all of the designing and all of the ideas and all the things that I've crafted and made since about March when I left PetSmart, I've been keeping a Blogger account that's been basically chronicling that and showing people what I've done. I've even put tutorials up on it and shown all my stuff and kind of discussed how I do things. Well, recently, as you know, I bought yarn from the Kangaroo Dyer, this beautiful stuff, and in the process I also joined a group on a knitting crocheting website called Ravelry that basically just celebrates her craft and what she does. And she took a peek, because I've been kind of praising her stuff and talking about how I admire it. She took a peek at my profile page at Ravelry and saw my blog. Then went to my blog and saw that I do a lot of designing and crafting and very unique projects that are all me, that involve not just yarn but also sewing. And she does more than just dyeing yarn. She also dyes silks and silk gauze, which most people buy it to do felting projects with, which I don't even understand how you felt silk, but whatever. But she also is trying to get more people to sew with it. And she pitched the idea that we could strike up a deal where I got some silk. I don't know the details of it because it was just kind of an in passing we could do this, but I took some of her silk, designed like something with it, sewed it up, took pictures, she shared it on her site, I got to keep the sample and I can show what I did. And it could be like a joint effort to really get her name out there with the silks and how good they are and how pretty they are, and then get my name out there as well with what I can do, and that got me really excited. I told her that I'm totally all for it, but right now is not really the time to be planning that because my head's all over the place with Christmas gift planning and the holidays and all that jazz, and I'm sure she understands considering that she runs a small business out of her home or out of an office that she rents or whatever, and she's probably really busy with the holidays too. So right now is maybe not the most pristine time for it, but I definitely told her I was interested, and I'm kind of flattered, kind of overwhelmed, and really excited about that. And I really don't know exactly what to do about that, but it's something, and that makes me feel good that my crappy little blog on Google Blogs or whatever is actually getting a little bit of attention and could help me out. That's kind of exciting. So yeah. I'm also really sore because I finally got the password to be able to get into our freaking fitness center, and I used one of their ellipticals, and it's not just one that you run on, but it also has the little like ski things, and that hurt. I used it, and I used it to the full extent, and I used it for like 20 minutes, which I wasn't tired and I wasn't sore after using it, but this morning I woke up and it felt like somebody had beaten me with a sledgehammer, so perhaps that wasn't the best idea to use it for 20 minutes like that, and I will have to pace myself a little bit to get myself back into a routine, but that's that. So hopefully school and work and all that jazz gets to still be good and whatnot. And I look forward to hearing from you whenever that hearing from you is. So, bye.